So, everybody that I know has been telling me that I need to visit Accra, Ghana. So I did. Now let's see what's up. Accra's vibe was way different from other cities I've visited throughout West Africa. So this is a video you definitely want to watch from beginning to end. I'm usually strictly a solo traveler, but I invited my aunt on this trip as she's never been to Africa, and we always have a good time together. Alright, so the first place we visited was Labadi Beach. Labadi Beach was only about a 15-minute drive from the city center. To enter the beach, we first had to walk through Labadi Beach Hotel. I don't know if we were supposed to, but I'm glad we did because we ended up hanging out at their pool and bars before making our way down to the beach. Now there is a price to enter the beach, which was about 15 cedis, which is their local currency, and that came out to about $1.50 US, which isn't bad at all. Now if you come to this beach looking for some peace and quiet, this ain't it. Labadi Beach was one of the livest and most busiest beaches I've been to in West Africa, which is what I personally prefer when I'm traveling to hang out. The beach has different activities you can engage in, such as horseback riding, surfing, as well as a wide variety of other things. There are people everywhere on this beach, and everybody was super friendly. Labadi Beach is lined with different restaurants, and they all serve a variety of different foods and drinks. Each one of these umbrellas represent a different restaurant, and many of these restaurants have their own DJ playing local and popular music. You can also eat inside, but as you can see, just about everybody here prefers to eat outside because the weather in Ghana is perfect. We didn't walk the entire beach, but I'm sure there's much more to see if we would have. Now I'm definitely a foodie, so of course I visited a gang of restaurants while in Accra. My favorite was probably the restaurant Pop Belly Shack. I tried jollof rice for the first time, which is a popular dish across West Africa, and it was delicious. I also liked the restaurant because it was outdoors, so I got to enjoy the weather. They had a DJ playing some really good music, and everybody in there was extremely relaxed and friendly. Another standout restaurant was Phosphorus. Or if you're looking for something a little more upscale, there's Kozo. The steaks were really good, but they were playing with those portion sizes. Now I only party when I'm visiting different countries, so you know I had to see what the nightlife was all about, and it didn't disappoint. My favorite night spot was probably Mood Bar. It was a whole vibe. And they definitely set the mood with the red lights and roses everywhere. They had your typical DJ playing all the best Afrobeats music, but they also had a live band, which I loved as well. Another spot I really enjoyed was Club Garage. The people were very turned up in this club. One of the first things I noticed was that there was no roof, so it gives off an outdoors feel. However, where the roof would normally be, they had umbrellas going across the entire club instead, which was pretty unique. The last bar I have to highlight is Plus 233 Jazz Bar and Grill. Here, you can get great food, listen to live bands, and dance the night away if you want. This is where I started my weekend nights before going wherever the night took me. There were many places to hang out at night, most which stayed open until sunrise, literally. So I'm sure you'll find a good place to hang out if you visit. Now when I travel, I also love learning about some of the history of the places I visit. So I decided to make my way over to the Cape Coast to get a tour of Elmina Castle, which was about a 3-hour drive from Accra. Elmina Castle is one of the oldest Portuguese-built slave castles in all of West Africa. Constructed in 1942, Elmina Castle was the last stop for over 30,000 slaves every year, before being sold for goods and sent to the Americas. The Portuguese used this castle to fend off other Europeans looking to invade these lands, but also to profit off these crimes against humanity. Slave traders slept high up in the castle in relative comfort, while the captured Africans were hoarded into these tiny dungeons. They were left in these horrific conditions for weeks or sometimes months at a time, before making their way to the door of no return, as this was their last time ever seeing their family and homeland again. If you ever visit Ghana, I highly recommend visiting Elmina Castle. It definitely spoke to my soul. While in the Cape Coast, I also visited Cocoon National Park. Here, you can hike their 1.7-mile trail, which has great scenery and a little wildlife. There are also a lot of people on the trails with you, which makes it a little more fun. I'm not in the best shape whatsoever, but I didn't have any issues hiking through the trail though. While there, you can also visit Cocoon Canopy Walkway, where they have 7 bridges you can walk across within the forest treetops. I met a lot of people while walking through the canopy. It was a lot of fun. So after spending the day in the Cape Coast, my driver took us back to my hotel in Accra. By the way, we found a local driver to take us to and from the Cape Coast for only $150 round trip. The hotel I stayed at during my visit was Oma Colonial Suites. This small establishment was located in an area called OSU, or OSU, and is where most of the popular restaurants, bars, and shops are located. I stayed in their basic suite, which has a living room, small kitchen, bedroom, and full bathroom. The suites were definitely outdated, but it was very comfortable and had everything that I needed. My favorite area of the property by far was the beautiful pool. I spent most of my time sightseeing around the city, but when I wasn't, I was here relaxing by the pool. Also, the hotel wasn't far from Black Star Square, also known as Independence Square. It was constructed to celebrate the country's independence from England. There is a tour guide at the site who can tell you about some of the history and also take you to the top of the square. While up top, you can get great views of Accra Sports Stadium and also the Memorial Park. I definitely enjoyed my time in Accra. This may be a place I visit every year, and I for sure look forward to seeing what else the city has to offer. 7 days just wasn't enough. My one-way ticket from Dallas, Texas to Accra, Ghana was 55,000 Delta Sky Miles. After leaving Ghana, I flew to the Ivory Coast, which is one country west of Ghana. That flight cost $200 one way, which isn't bad at all. Also, as a US citizen, I had to get a visa to enter Ghana. I had to mail my passport to the Ghana Embassy in Washington, D.C., as well as mandatory documents like my hotel reservation, a passport photo for my visa, a copy of my airline ticket, and a few other documents. I'll leave a link for you down in the description box with all the requirements. This was definitely one of my funnest trips, and I can't wait to visit again. If you want to check out some of my trips to other West African countries, I'll leave some links for you. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.